There is someone watching this right now who cannot sleep. You turned off the lights, but your mind is still awake. The bills are waiting. The message you sent has no reply. The opportunity you prayed for feels delayed, and deep inside you are wondering if God is still listening. You haven't told anyone how heavy your heart feels tonight. You smile during the day, but at midnight the silence becomes loud. If that is you, then this message is not random. This is your midnight moment. And before this night ends, something in the spirit can shift in your favor. Do not scroll away, because what happens in the quiet hours can rewrite what happens in the morning. Welcome to Power of Bible Words. If you are new here, this is your place of divine encouragement and spiritual strength. Subscribe now and turn on your notifications so you never miss a word that could be sent specifically for you. And before we go deeper, I want you to comment these words right now: I receive. Type it with faith. Let heaven see your agreement. When you declare it, you align your heart with what God is about to do. There is something powerful about midnight. Midnight is when distractions fade. Midnight is when pride breaks. Midnight is when your soul speaks honestly. In the Bible, midnight is not just a time on a clock. It is a turning point. In Acts 16:25, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns at midnight while chained in prison. They were not complaining. They were not panicking. They were praying. And suddenly, the foundations of the prison were shaken. Their chains fell off. Doors opened. Notice this. Their freedom was born in the dark before it was seen in the light. You may feel chained tonight by fear, by delay, by rejection, by uncertainty. But Psalm 34:17 says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." Silent prayers still reach a loud heaven. Just because no one hears you whisper does not mean God ignores you. He is closest in the quiet. Some of your greatest spiritual battles are not fought in public. They are fought in private surrender. Jesus said in Matthew 6:6, "When you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." Did you hear that? What is done in secret receives a reward. There is a covenant formed in the midnight hour between you and God. No audience, no applause, just surrender. Maybe you have been seeking answers. Maybe you have been asking God why things feel slow. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells you to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Midnight prayers are acts of trust. They are you saying, "God, I don't understand this, but I still believe you are working." And here is the mystery. While you sleep, God works. Psalm 121:4 says, "He who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. You rest." He moves, you surrender. He arranges, you whisper. He shifts atmospheres. By morning, conversations can change. Emails can arrive. Hearts can soften. Doors can open. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" Sometimes the new thing begins in the night. Seeds are planted in darkness. Roots grow in hidden places before fruits appear in daylight. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean heaven is inactive. There is someone listening who feels like giving up. You have prayed before and felt nothing. But Galatians 6-9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The enemy wants you tired at midnight. He wants your faith weak in private, because if he can silence your prayer, he can delay your breakthrough. But tonight, your whisper is enough. Remember when Jacob wrestled through the night in Genesis 32-24-28? He refused to let go until he received a blessing. By morning, he walked differently. He had a new name, Israel. The struggle of the night produced the identity of the morning. What if this midnight season is shaping the version of you that will walk into your promise? Psalm 32:5 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." The night has an expiration date. The tears have a time limit. Joy is scheduled. Not maybe, not possibly. It comes. But here is the key. Seek first the kingdom. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." Midnight is not just for asking, it is for aligning. When you say, "God, your will over mine," reality begins to rearrange. Your desires become purified. Your steps become directed. Your fears lose authority. Even Job, in the middle of his suffering, declared in Job 19:25, "I know that my Redeemer lives." That is midnight faith. Faith that speaks before evidence appears. Faith that believes before circumstances shift. And I need to tell you something clearly and gently. Your silent prayers are not weak prayers. They are powerful because they are sincere. God is not moved by volume. He is moved by faith. Hebrews 11:6 says that without faith, it is impossible to please God. Because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. You are not wasting your time when you pray at midnight. You are activating a covenant. Maybe tonight you simply need to say, "Lord, I trust you." Maybe you need to forgive someone in the quiet. Maybe you need to release control. Maybe you need to surrender that relationship, that plan, that fear. 1 Peter 5-7 says, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." Cast it. Do not carry it into the morning. If this message is touching you, take a moment to like this video. It helps this word reach someone else who might also be awake and searching for hope. Stay with me, because this is not coincidence. You are here for a reason. There is a spiritual principle you must understand. Before breakthrough comes alignment. Before elevation comes surrender. Before the morning testimony comes the midnight covenant. God often tests your trust in the dark before he displays your blessing in the light. Think about Exodus 14:21. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord drove the sea back by a strong east wind all night and made the sea dry land. The path opened overnight. What looked impossible in the evening became a road by morning. The wind was working while they waited. Your wind may be blowing right now. You cannot see it. You cannot measure it. But heaven is shifting something. Conversations are aligning. Protection is being arranged. Strength is being restored inside you. And when morning comes, it may not always look dramatic. Sometimes the shift is internal. Peace replaces panic. Clarity replaces confusion. Strength replaces fear. Lamentations 3:22-23 reminds us that His mercies are new every morning. Great is His faithfulness. Every sunrise carries fresh mercy, fresh opportunity, fresh grace soar tonight. Do not underestimate your whisper. Do not underestimate your tears. Do not underestimate your stillness. The midnight covenant is simple. You bring your faith. God brings His power. You bring your surrender. God brings His sovereignty. You bring your weakness. He brings His strength. Just as 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Before this video ends, I want you to prepare your heart. When you close your eyes tonight, do not scroll in fear. Do not replay worst-case scenarios. Instead, say, "Father, I place this in your hands." Say it until peace fills the room. Say it until your breathing slows. Say it until your spirit rests. And as we come toward the end of this message, I want you to declare something powerful in the comments. Blessed and ready. Declare that you are blessed in the night and ready for the morning. Declare that you believe silent prayers shift reality. Declare that this midnight is not your end but your turning point. You are not alone in this hour. Heaven hears you. God sees you. And by morning, whether through circumstances or through transformation inside you, something will be different. Hold on, pray, trust. The night is almost over.